Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Bhajagovindam, 20th Shloka. Bhagavad Gita Kinchitadhita Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita Sakrudapiyena Murari Samarcha Kriyate Tasya Yamena Charcha Bhajagovindam Bhajagovindam Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Bhajagovindam, the destroyer of the delusion about myself, the delusion about the God, the delusion about the Jagat. So the delusion of all these things, when they are removed, then the next delusion is about the spiritual practice. Whether I have to do this practice or that practice. What do you mean by tapas? Tapas means, is it to torture the body or to discipline the mind? Tapas is meant for to discipline the mind, to purify the mind and to concentrate the mind. So a pure and concentrated mind only can contemplate about the truth. So in the last few shlokas, Shankaracharya explaining about the, not exactly Shankaracharya's other disciples are contributed the other shlokas, each student one maybe. So here, after telling the delusion about the spiritual sadhana, different dress and makeup, and the whether you sleep on the floor or whether you eat once or twice or whether you do fasting, so all these kinds are explained and talked about. Then later uh, told about the Gnani, how he be always happy with himself, whether he is in the in surrounded by the enjoyments or surrounded by the serene and calm and quiet atmosphere. So in both the cases, either Sangaratova or Sangavihina, but his mind is always reveling in the Brahmani, about the truth and the self. He never forgets. For such a person, the happiness is always with him. He is not seeking the happiness. He is not trying to become happy. He is always happy. So after telling that, in this particular shloka, a scheme of sadhana is given. This is also completed in the last class. What is said here, Bhagavad Gita is one scripture. Scriptures are so vast. Anantam Shastram Bahuveditavyam. The Shastra is so big and there is so much to know. But Alpascha Kalaha. Again, our Ayush, the lifespan is very short, and we are not able to spend even 1 hour, 2 hours in a day. And Bahavascha Vignaha. And in that, again, the lot of obstacles, Vignas. That's why Yasmat Sarabhutam Upasitavyam. Yat Sarabhutam. So better to take up the Sara, the essence, and focus on that and listen to it, understand it. So Shravana Manana Nididhyasana should do. In that way, Hamso yatha Kshiramburiva Mitra. Oh friend, as the celestial bird, the Hamsa, the swan, which has got the capacity to separate the water and the milk, and it drinks only the milk and leave the water. That means what? Take the saram, the essence. Otherwise, life is not enough to read all the Shastras. So before you are dying, better to learn at least the important things and listen to them. So the one important Smriti Grantha is the Bhagavad Gita. So here said Bhagavad Gita, if you listen gradually, step by step, systematically from a living teacher, and then again you reflect on those shlokas, then contemplate, then that will helps you. So Bhagavad Gita kinchit adhita, even little, only Bhagavad Gita, if you understand also, it is more than enough to understand the truth. The entire Upanishad Sara as brought out in the Bhagavad Gita. Same way, have the bhakti and the respect, this Ganga Jala Lavakanika Pita, with faith. If a person goes to the Ganga bath without any faith, his physical body may be cleaned, but not the mind. But if you go and take the bath with the faith and respect and reverence, definitely it will purifies your mind. So, Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita. That means little by doing your upasana also. But that upasana includes with the everyday's puja of the Lord, Archana. Sagrudapiyena Murari Samarcha. Murari means here any your Ishta Devata which you have kept in your house and traditionally followed by your elders in the family. Then you do the Archana every day in the morning. Because the day should start with the offerings and prayers to the Lord. Then you offer everything and you be as the instrument in the hands of the Lord and work whatever we are supposed to do. That is all allotted by the Lord. That is all His work. So don't take it as your prarabdha and your punya papa and all that, keep it side and take it as the prasada of the Lord. Now, whatever is here executed by this body, and this body has to supposed to do anything, all these are all the decisions of the Lord. So the devotee is always a very relaxed person because he doesn't carry any burden on his head. Everything is Hariki Ichha. So Lord's wish. If you do like that, by the time you grow old, generally in the old age, the fear of death crops up. We have no anybody experience of the death or the worry about the death, but the fear of the death. So that fear can be removed by this sadhana. One is a karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and gnana yoga. You can take these three things as like that. And Bhagavad Gita gives you gnanam. And going to Tirtha Yatra and all these things are purifies your mind and the body. So Karma Yoga. And of course, that is include the bhakti also, and worshipping your Ishtadevata on a regular basis every day, and working as a being as instruments in the hands of the Lord. Then that person, where from he can get and have the fear of death? There is no death at all, because as I self, I am eternal, I am immortal. And as the Jiva also, even Jiva travels and goes to another body also, I have no death. But physical body definitely have the death because it has got the birth, to accept that truth. So, in this way, very beautiful a scheme of sadhana given. Then, further today, we will enter into the 21st shloka. If you don't follow this, if you are not trying to practice the karma yoga, karma as the yoga, and the upasana as the your respect, reverence to the God and remembrance of the higher power, and not trying for the gnana or listening to the shravanam and the scriptures, then what will happen? You have to again fall in this vicious circle, in this viral pool of the samsara. पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि मरणं पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम् इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. Very beautiful, very popularly quoted shloka. First two lines it is said about the samsara chakra, the nature of this samsara. Samsara means what? The cycle of birth and death. Again and again, if it is happening, that cycle is called samsara. Samsara means samyak sarati, saranam, movement. What? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Birth and then death again. Tomb to tomb, tomb to tomb. Then, so again, punarapi jatare shayanam. Janani jatare. In some women's stomach, we have to lie down again. Punarapi. Then again will come out. Then again you will get birth. In this, what is there? The whole life samsara is the dukkhamayam. Iha samsare bahudustare. It is not only filled with the sorrows, but sometimes it looks like somewhere happiness also is there. And to cross over this janana marana chakra and the bhaya, fear of this old age, disease, and death, and all that, better not to again enter into any body. How is it possible? By Gnanam, recognizing your own self as the Satchidananda Swarupa Brahma Atma, then you need not to enter. This Gnanam itself enough, it won't allow you to enter again into the any other body. There is no again continuation of the jiva and with the body. And but this is very difficult to cross. Bahudustare. To cross over this is very, very difficult. So for that we need the help of the Ishvara, the Almighty, the Supreme Power. So the last line is saying that Krupaya, with your grace, O Lord, He Murare, with grace, Krupaya, Pahi apare samsare, Bahudustare apare samsare, Pahi Murare. Please make me to cross over this samsara. Okay. So again and again I am falling into this samsara. Punarapi punarapi. Iha samsare bahudustare. Krupaya pare pahi. Save me. Save me, O Lord. That means it is very much essential our human effort and the prayatnam, manusha prayatnam, and the same time we must seek the grace of the Lord. Ishvara Krupa also is required. For that purpose only here in the shloka it is said, O Murare, O Lord, Mura Ari. Mura is a name of the demon. Who killed the demon Mura? That Lord is called Murari. Oh Murare, Sambodhana Vibhakti addressing to him. Apare samsare krupaya pahi. Please protect and save me. It is very essential. So instead of asking the Lord, give me that, whatever He gives, we are not happy. We always again and again ask and want. The want is not leaving us. The desire never disappear. It will keep on become more and young. Body becomes old, but mind is always with the desires young only. So please protect me. Otherwise, whatever Lord gives, then again you have to born. Again you have all the needs, and after getting all the needs and whatever you wish, then you will indulge in this world. Then again you will do punya papa. Again you have to born. Why all this? Why you have to sit in this giant wheel and go round, go round, go round? First beginning it is a merry go round only, but afterwards it will become a sorry go round. Okay, and see, job transfer is not actually liked by anybody. Transfer to another place. So this transfer also is not good. Or if somebody, you yourself go to the picnic and the any excursion, sightseeing, you will feel happy. But somebody has kidnapped you, tied the hands and the eyes, and taken you to the some other place. So you are bound, you are in bondage. So that won't be a happy journey for you. But if you are having your own with wish and will, if you travel, but we have no free will. Only our punya papa decides, and we don't know that also. You cannot choose and say now I want to born in that particular country. I want to born to these particular parents. I want to born in this particular community. Do you have any such kind of choice? No. So better you choose to get out of this giant wheel of the samsara. Okay. Here, please protect me means please giving me the gnanam. How Lord will protect? Lord directly won't protect. He will give you the gnanam, and because of that gnanam, you will realize yourself that you as Atma never bound. You are as the self always free. Nitya muktaha. Nityosmi, Buddhosmi, Niranjanosmi, Prapanchamaya, Parivarjitosmi. Like that, you will recognize that. So, protect me from the samsara sagara means give me, by giving the gnanam, you protect me. That is the meaning. Okay. After that, so samsara means change from one set of situations to another. Okay. One life to another life means what? Samsara means change from one set of situations to the another set of situations. Okay. Samsarati yar saranam. So after telling this, how to escape from this cycle of birth and death and the sorrow, Bhagavan, the next student, unknown student of Shankara, gives another shloka. रत्याचर्पटविरचितकन्थः पुण्यविवर्जितपन्थः योगी योगनियोजितचित्तः रमते बालोन्मत्तवदेव. Now he is again praising such a person, Gnani, who able to who gained the gnanam and become the gnana nishthavan, and such a person. And particularly in this shloka explained about the atyashramis. Atyashramis means avadhutas. Avadhutas means even they don't claim that they are the sannyasis. They cannot come under any category of these four varnashrama dharmas. So such a people are called avadhutas, or the atyashrama sthiti. Such a gnani. How in Bhagavata we have the examples of Rishabhadeva. and the Jadabharata, who are all lived like that. And here in recent days also, there are Mahatmas like that who are Avadhuta category. That means like Tirunamalai, that Sheshadri Swamigal. Okay. So they never be in one place. They never talk to the people. Even if they talk, we can't understand what they talk. So they behave funnily sometimes. So here, such kind of person's state. But remember that they are the Atma Gnanis, Gnananishtha people. Here, the description comes like this: the person who wears a worn out cloth stitched by the on the roadside, he collected some uh, worn out cloths or the gunny bag pieces and all that. Then he joined them and made stitched by himself, or the cloth which is having so many holes, a old thrown out a rajai, a rug, or like a gunny bag piece, something. That means he's not bothered about the what precisely he has to wear. Again, remember that, oh, everybody Gnani means should be like that. Don't think like that. So this is those are lived. They lived like that. Those who live according to their prarabdha, they live like that. Or without clothes, they live. But here a description that means don't worry and don't bother. Don't spend so much your physical energy, mental energy, and the wealth, money in the dressing of yourself. That is the meaning. A minimum things are required enough. You need not have the full cupboard of the different sets of clothes. Why you unnecessarily spend your energy, mind, and the money? More the choice, more you will be miserable. I told you no. Less choice, less miserable you are. No choice, you are free from the misery. Okay. So, like that, be simple, be humble, be gentle, and be cheerful. This should be the mantra of the life. And simple living and high thinking, where the mind is in higher state of plane, always remembering his own nature, the consciousness, Satchit Ananda Swarupam. So get out of the Dehatma Bhava, that is the meaning. So the person who is discarded this body as an instrument, Upadhi, Vivarjita Pantaha, then, and who walks in the path of the beyond the dharma and adharma, the merit and the demerit. Okay, because dharma, adharma, punya, papa, all this will come in the relative plane. Relative plane means there again this maya sahita ishvara's creation, the jagat. And when you say the jagat, it will have the different this body mind complex upadhis, all this. Either it is a individual upadhi or samashti upadhi. Individual upadhi is the avidya sahita jiva, and samashti upadhi is the maya sahita ishvara. But all this comes under the relative existence, not permanent or the not the truth. But what is the truth? What is the permanent one on which this impermanent thing is appearing? These impermanent things are happening, looks like happening, appearing, but they disappear. So to appear and to disappear, there should be some support, like the cinema film movie appears and disappears. Before the movie appears, there is a screen. There was a screen. When movie appears, There is a screen. When movie disappears also, there will be the screen. The screen is the adhishthanam or kuthastham. That is here called Chaitanyam. So, who is then want to recognize this Chaitanyam Adhishthanam and holding on to that. Now his mind not clinging to any of this punya, papa, dharma, adharma, all these kind of relative things, okay, good and bad, all. Because all these are all just a relative. When you say good, that means there is a bad, that's why you're talking about the good. When you say dharma, oh, there is adharma, so it is a complementary things. These are all called dvandvams. When you say about the day, and so night is there. So the same way when you say sukham, oh, dukkham is there, so that's why it is comparative, uh, complementary dvandvas, pairs of opposites comes. So this dharma, dharma, punya, punya also, all this varjita pantaha, who has given up and who walks the path that which is beyond the merit and the demerit. This is what our the small boy Nachiketa, when he went to uh, Yamadharmaraja and accepted the Yamadharmaraja as his guru and asked him, "Oh, Guru, please teach me. Okay, don't give me this and that boon, this boon. You told that you want to give me the three boons. Okay, I will ask them, but in that one boon is please teach me. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra asmat, kruta krutascha, anyascha bhutascha bhavyascha, yattat pashyati tatvadam." So, which is beyond the dharma adharma? Because how long we can be all in this relative existence? What is the real truth? What is the source? What is the adhishthanam on which all this relative appearance is only an appearance? Tell me that. Then Yamadharma taught that Brahma Vidya, pointing out that that self is your antaratma, you yourself is that. Then yogi, so this person is now called yogi. Yogi means don't get the imagination of only imaginary picture of a particular person with the long hair and the beard and living in the cave or on the mountains or somewhere lonely or not wearing the dress and only having the a kaupina. No, that is all only picturized our imagination. There may be some person like that, don't, but yogi means sage. Many places in Bhagavad Gita or in the scriptures, even the recent text which we are seeing, Sadachara, there the teacher says, Yoginam Gnana Siddhaye Pravakshami Sadacharam. Yoginam means their seeker or mumukshu. But here in this context, Yogina means the Gnani, who crossed, gone beyond all this relative existence. For him there is nothing to do with this world or the uh, this body mind complex. These are all the upadhis only. So for such a yogi, yoga niyojita chittaha. Now here Bhagavan Shankara himself giving the definition, whom you can call as a yogi, whose mind is engaged in the perfect union of within himself. Generally, yoga meaning itself yuj dhatu, from that it is derived, so it is called jivatma paramatma aikyam. There is no aikyam means here they are not two. They are not two separate. They are both one and the same. Recognizing that both one and the same, and there is no any difference at all. It is only a name difference. Nama Rupam. Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadheyam. But truth is the Atma Eva Chaitanyameva Satyam. So that Chaitanyam is Yoga Niyojita Chittaha. So whose mind is joined in perfect yoga. So yoga means you understand now. So yoga means not twisting of the body, but it is a straightening of the mind. The mind is now so twisted and knotted, and the wrinkled mind should be straightened. Then what will happen when the mind is straightened? Means there is no any confusions, fluctuations, and misunderstanding and wrong understandings. That mind alone can able to focus and discover on its own self. It can turn in avritta chakshu amritatvamichan, which turns inward and focus on the reality. So yoga niyojita chittaha, then such a person ramate, he enjoys, revels, like how balavat, like a small innocent child. Why the example of child? Child doesn't have the ego sense. Child doesn't have the arrogance. Child doesn't have the uh, proudness and pride about his doings. He simply live as he is, as he was, as he is. So balavat eva, as a child. So with this Gnanam, he lives like a Balavat, means he behaves like a child. Do the childish actions? No. He he behaves properly only, but at the mind level, as innocent, as simple, as pure as the child. Please understand. Otherwise, whatever child do the childish actions, the Gnani won't do. But at the mental level, he is free from the ego, he is free from the avidya, because avidya is the karanam for asmita. Avidya, asmita means ahankara, then mamakara. Avidya, asmita, then in the mamakara, raga, dvesha. Okay, I don't, I hate this, I like this. And because of that raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, there is a clingingness and the mad rush towards this material matter, the world, and that becomes the primary issue for us in the life to such people. But here in the Gnani's uh, case, Balavat eva, or another example given, Unmattavat eva. Unmattavat as a mad person. Then if you become like a mad person and behave like a child, many people feel afraid of and say that we don't want this Gnanam, sir. If this Gnana is going to make us a don't afraid, it is not, it doesn't mean that you will become mad like a sentimental people. Except the gnani in the world, all others are insane people. Insane means mad, but only the gnani is the sane pure person. But this example unmattavat means as a mad person means he he looks like very simple, he doesn't know anything. That means he never boast himself, he never claim about anything, he never do complaints, he never do comparisons, and he's so calm, quiet, and like he doesn't do anything. Why he? That means what? He don't want to show off his knowledge. He don't want to prove to anything to anybody. He don't want to justify his living or the actions. He is as simple as down to the earth. This is the nature of the gnani. So after saying that getting The previous shloka, Janna Punarapi Punarapi Maranam. So this Gnani now is like the child or like a innocent person, Unmattavat. Then after that 22nd shloka, an enquiry. So these slokas are going randomly. They are not connected one to each other exactly like that. Each sloka giving a different message that we have to assimilate and absorb. कस्त्वं कोऽहं कुत आयातः कामे जननी को मे तातः इति परिभावय सर्वमसारं विश्वं त्यक्त्वा स्वप्नविचारं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. These are the real questions should come in our heart one day or other. We should not simply live mechanically and somehow I am living. चलता है, हाँ? चलती का नाम गाड़ी है. Not like that. कह त्वं, कह अहम, कुत आयातः. This is one question is asked by the teacher or a gnani to us. Our Shastra asking us, Bhagavad Gita or Bhajagovindam, who are you? Actually, it is not a question. Tvam kaha, when that question is heard, okay, then the teacher or the scripture says that you are that. Tattvamasi. So, who are you? You are that. Then, that question should be asked by the seeker. Kaha aham? Who am I? Koham. Koham. Who am I? Then Soham will discover. You should discover that I am that. That means Soham means I am he. Saha aham. But the Upanishad gives the answer here should come from the seeker. After listening, you are that Tattvamasi. Then, oh, I am Aham Brahmasmi. That is also another Mahavakya. So, Kahatvam, Koham. So, Kahatvam, Tvam means who are you? This is the question we ourselves can ask. Who are you? Somebody is there, I am telling, no? Ask that fellow, hey, who are you? I am, sir. I am Koham. Who is that Aham? Who is that I am? Where from you have come? Kuta ayatah. Where from? Or where from you have come? No, I have come from my mother's womb. Oh, Kame Janani. Who is that? Who is your mother? Before coming out of this mother's womb, you are born before also so many births and the bodies through a mosquito mother, through a buffalo mother, through a donkey or a dog mother. There also you born. Then how you can say she is only my mother? Kame Janani. Who is your mother? Kome Tata. Who is your father? Think. Get. When a mind is purified, when the God's grace flows to one jiva, the Lord decides and Ishvara to make this jiva to cross over this Ajnana samsara. Remember that time this kind of enquiry will start. When this enquiry starts in one's heart mind, then only he is called as a spiritual person. then only is called as a seeker, the mumukshu. These are the right questions. Without knowing my own biodata, without knowing my identity correctly, how can I claim simply that this body is mine? I am the body. Not only this body is mine, I am the body. How? This body is created by somebody. This body never listened to you. It just grows and six vikaras, shad vikarat iti shariram. Asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate nashyati. Six vikaras. They will continue whether you are rich or poor, whether you are old or young, these changes continue. Whether you are a gnani or agnani, also these six changes of the body continue. So this body never listens to you, and this body is not created by you, and it is not belong to you. Then on what basis you say this body is I am? Or you trace back, you said you are now some 40 years or 50 years, then 10 years back what, 20 years back what, you say that that image will come in your mind. Yes, I am that time middle aged person, that time I was a student, then before you go I am a high school student, before that you go I am a elementary school middle school student, then I am a child, then I am still few months baby image, then I am in my mother's womb, and in mother's womb I am a small, before that small shape formed, where I am, go back, trace back to the source. That means before that one zygote formation cell, you are not there. Then how you enter into this? But before that, actually, there is no cell at all. After meeting the male and female two cells only, that the body started. But you are claiming that body is I am now. Before that, you are not there. If you are not there from the absence, how something can present and appear? From asat, something sat, how it can come? You are there already. But in what form? Where? That you don't know. So find out. For that, you need the enquiry. That enquiry is the line of thinking or the starting point. Unless otherwise, if this kind of questions and doubts comes, we never choose or you would like to walk in the path of this spirituality. Why we don't like something? Because we don't revere or we have no respect or the liking to that. For example, spiritual life or Bhagavad Gita, Bhajagovindam, listening to satsang, why everybody is not liking? Because they have no importance to this. But when there is a importance given, then they will like that. But because of somebody like, somebody don't like, that is his choice. You may say, no, the human being's choice is to discover his own essential nature. Who am I? One day or other. So, like this, questions are asked. Iti paribhavaya. You just think about these things properly. Paribhavaya. Okay? Enquire. Properly you inquire. Paribhavaya. Like this, no, in Viveka Chudamani, when the Sishya came to the teacher, a well prepared, qualified student comes to the teacher. He asks such like this five important questions. Very beautiful shloka in Viveka Chudamani. Shankara writes, को नाम बन्धः कथमेष आगतः कथं प्रतिष्ठास्य कथं विमोक्षः, कथं प्रकृतिः स्वभावतः, कथं मोक्षः, कथं जीवन्मुक्तिः. Ko naama bandha, katham esha agatah, katham प्रतिष्ठास्य, katham विमोक्षः. कोऽसावनात्मा परमः क आत्मा तयोर्विवेक कथमेतदुच्यताम्. See, कोऽसावनात्मा परमः क आत्मा. 7 questions, not 5. What is this bandham? What is this? Where from this bandha bondage has come? Where it resides? What is the source? Where is its source? And how to get it out of this bondage? And who is in bondage? Atma. What is this Atma? Whether you call it a Jivatma or Atma. Then you say Paramatma. Who is that Paramatma Kaha? And what is the difference between these two, Paramatma and Jivatma, whether they are one and the same or two different? Please tell me about all this, oh my dear teacher. That is the question asked. Then teacher felt so happy and said, definitely I will teach you. You need not worry about this samsara and the fear of samsara. There is a way, there is a path, I will show you. So Guru gives the uh, confidence and the courage to the disciple. Iti paribhavaya. What paribhavaya? Sarvam asaram. What your mind comprehending, what your senses are perceiving, all this, and what you are considering as my mother, my father, my body, uh, my possessions and my relations. Possessions are belong to the body, physical body. Relations are belong to the mind. Both are unreal. Both are impermanent. Asaram. Asare khalu samsare. The samsaram means asaram. Okay, khalu, indeed, it is asaram. There is no any essence, pith in it. So if you analyze and see it, everything is appearing, disappearing, constantly changing, and by the time you hold on something, that will leave and go. So any possession also troubles your mind, any relation also troubles your mind. So ultimately you are in trouble because your mind is giving the importance to the asaram, impermanent. See, in this world, everything, this is fact. But our mind won't accept this much. You are telling so much dispassion, vairagyam. Then we don't like any of this world, sir. These worlds are all illusion. It is illusion, but you love the illusion. You cannot love the illusion. So you cannot feel disgusted about this world, but you see this world is an appearance of the God. Atma alone appearing as a sarvam. Atma idagam sarvam. This entire appearance of this Namarupa Mithya illusion, but it is appearing on the Atma. But Atma doesn't change. Atma Saram. The Namarupa Asaram. Atma permanent. And this Namarupa Jagat, this mother, father, relations, possessions, both this dry garbage and wet garbage. Dry garbage is much better because it won't give that much smell and the dirty thing. It won't rotten. But wet garbage is dangerous. That means the relationships are more attachment and the uh, dilute the disturb the mind. But the dry garbage possessions also disturb, but comparatively less. Anyhow, try to understand iti paribhavaya. Think thoroughly. By well thinking, what? Sarvam asaram. When it is said sarvam, my dear student, I mean Vishwam. This sarvam Vishwam asaram. Then to give up this swapna vicharam, it is like a dream world. Every one of us will get the dream every day, one or other. But there is any reality to the dream? Do you worry about the dream? You may remember the dream, you may think of that sometime, but nothing is real. You counted the 2000 rupees in the dream. Of course, they banned now 2000 rupees. Shortly, you have to give back everything. So, or you are hmm, seeing a lot of gold and the jewels and the counting. You will feel you are so rich there. But when you wake up, any of that currency or the gold or the jewels, they can remove your poverty and they can remove your need here. No, never. Asaram, swapnam. So this sarvam vishwam, and it is like a swapna vicharam and asaram. Tektva. Tektva means having given up this dream like Vishwam world, the waking state of this world also is another dream. We can call this is a waking dream, that is a sleeping dream. Both are dreams only. If one experience of you, the dream you say that is not real, on what basis this another experience of yours, the waking, you say real, you consider as real? That is called ajnanam. Because you never done the vicharam. Paribhavana you have not done, never done. Now once you do it, you see it is also a dream. But you need lot of clarity to say, you need a lot of guts, conviction to say this waking world is also another dream. When you consider this asara, anitya, asukha, aneka, this world is a dream, then only you will be freed from the clutches and the conflicts, confusions of this world. For no one, this dream world is not giving any trouble problem. Nobody is having any problem in the deep sleep. In deep sleep, nothing is there. Nobody knows anything. Everything disappears. So dream world also disappeared and waking world also disappeared. Nothing is there, but you are there, but you are at utmost peace and happiness. How is it possible? Without having my family, house and car and bungalow, my profession and relations and possessions, how am I able to be happy there? And after all having, why am not happy? It is so simple. Because you are having all this, you are unhappy. Because you are not having any of the relations with them, you are detached, you are happy. What is their big deal? It is so simple, but hold on to it. So this world is really, if you look into it, world is a non-substantial world. It is only a L you remove, it is a word. It is just a word. There is no any reality. Or we say generally, otherwise, this world is having so much beauty, novelty, and variety. Because of that, our mind is so attracted. Senses are looking, and mind got attracted. Not only getting attracted, but getting attached. Not only getting attracted and attached, it is uh, deluded. Then because of sorrow, worry, anxiety, suffering, fear, all will crop up. Or raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, all they will crop up. So, my dear, think properly. It's okay. This world have got so much beauty, variety, novelty, but there is no one thing. What? Stability is not there. That not having that stability, unstable is called asaram here in the shloka. Tyaktva. This sentence is incomplete. Sarvam asaram paribhavaya swapnavat swapna vicharam. This is like a swapnam. Having give up this, having given up, what to do? Bhajagovindam. That we have to join. Then only that sentence will become complete. Otherwise, it is a present, present continuous tense. Tyaktva, having given up, then what to do? Having given up the all the delusory thoughts and everything, then think about the reality truth. Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam. That means come from the worldly dependence to the godly dependence. Then the godly dependence alone is not enough. Then for you, if you are really dependent on the God, if you are really prayed to the God, if you have prayed with the pure mind, the Lord will provide the Guru to you. Because Lord says, you also don't depend on me alone. Then you go depend on your Guru. Guru says, don't depend on me. You listen to what I teach, the Shastra, depend on the Shastra. And Shastra teaches and tells us, oh my dear, you even don't depend on me, then you depend on yourself. You are the source. You are the Sarvam. Okay? You are the Brahman. You are the Bhuman. Discover this. That's why Tattvamasi, you are that. By recognizing and discovering this truth alone is our purpose of the life. Discovering this truth and the knowledge, gaining this knowledge alone solves all the problems of the world or the human being. There is no other way. Nanya pantha vidyate yanaya. Okay? Na anya pantha vidyate. जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्तिषु स्फुटतरा या संविद विजृंभते. So you find out. Then you will come to know Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam Mai Sarvam Layam Yati Tad Brahma Dvayamasmyaham. Kaivalyopanishad. Next. So self-dependence is called real independence. Then 24th shloka. त्वयि मयि नान्यत्रैको विष्णुः व्यर्थं कुप्यसि मय्यसहिष्णुः भवसमचित्तः सर्वत्र त्वं वाञ्छस्य चिराद्यति विष्णुत्वं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. This shloka is continuation and the extension of the previous shloka. So, if you take like that, Tektva Vishwam Tektva Swapna Vicharam, then If it is a swapnam, like the entire my waking experience also, then what? Why you are fighting and quarreling and struggling, complaining, comparing? Tvayi, mayi, this is mine, that is yours. Cha anyatra, or it is others. Why all this difference? Actually, if you think, tvayi means in you, and in in him also. Okay, in you and in me. Okay, tvayi means in you and in me. Cha anyatra, in all other places also, everywhere, in everybody, every being. Ekaha Vishnuhu. Ekaha, all pervading one Atma. Here, author uses the word Vishnuhu. Vishnu word is not in the context, not to say that Vaikuntavasa Vishnu, the with four hands, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, the Puranic description of the Rupa, that is not the meaning here. Vishnu real dictionary meaning, if you take a derivative meaning, Visheshena yat sarvatra tishtati tat Vishnuhu, which is all pervading like the space, Vishnu. Vish dhatu is to enter, which enters means which is occupied everywhere. Atma meaning also same, yad apnoti sarvam tad atma. So tvayi, mayi, anyatra, in everybody, the Vishnu. Vishnu means only one Atma, one Chaitanyam, one consciousness. Absolutely, there is no any difference. Then, if that is the case, why you are becoming angry? Why you hate somebody? Okay? Why you are not able to tolerate me? Vyartham, unnecessarily, kupyasi, you are getting angry with me, with others, and you are being impatient. Asahishnuhu, I cannot tolerate, I cannot bear it, I will see it, I take revenge. Why all this? With whom you want to fight? You want to fight with your own self? If you are fighting with anybody, anything means you are fighting with your own self. How bad it is. Then if you are fighting with your own self, how you can be peaceful? That's why many people's problem is their own mind. They have to fight with their own mind. Actually, in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna's problem also, it is not fighting with the other enemies, but when the enemies are his own grandfather and the guru, then real challenge. So that means what? Where is the grandfather and where is the teacher? They are in the mind. Mama, my guru, my grandfather. That mama is the attachment. That means the real enemy is inside of us, not anywhere. Nobody is not enemy to us. Nobody is not friend to us. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says that also. You are the friend to you. You are the enemy to you. If you understand yourself, you are the friend. You are the constructor of your own destiny. Otherwise, you are the mar. You are the destroyer of your own destiny. So to make or to mar is your choice. So decide. That's why Vishnu Bhava Samachittaha, become a balanced. That I will explain it to you later. Time is over now, and we'll see the two lines are also very important. What is the Samachittam, Sarvatra, and all that? If you want really happiness, peace, and security, you need to understand this and follow, my dear Bhajagovindam. ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। हरि ओम तत्सत्।